Welcome to Football Trivia. Today we have the challenge of choosing your favorite players, Legends Edition. You will have 10 seconds to select your favorite player. We'll let you know that some decisions will be very tough because we are putting the most important legends in the history of soccer against each other. Maradona versus Pele. Zinedine Zidane versus Kaká. Johan Cruyff versus Ronaldo Nazario. Michel Platini versus Andres Iniesta. David Beckham versus Ronaldinho. Paolo Maldini versus Fernando Hierro. Romario versus Raúl González. Xavi versus Paul Scholes. Wayne Rooney versus Alan Shearer. Luis Figo versus Robert Pires. Lothar Matthäus versus Ronald Koeman. Michael Laudrup versus Frank Lampard. Roberto Baggio versus Thierry Henry. Dennis Bergkamp versus Eric Cantona. Cafu versus Philippe Lahm. Samuel Eto'o versus Nicolas Anelka. Roberto Carlos versus Patrice Evra. Hugo Sanchez versus George Weah. Hristo Stoichkov versus George Hagi. Peter Schmeichel versus Oliver Kahn. Javier Zanetti versus Lilian Thuram. Riquelme versus Rivaldo. Didier Drogba versus Dimitar Berbatov. Gabriel Batistuta versus Miroslav Klose. Carlos Tevez versus Fernando Torres. Fernando Redondo versus Bastian Schweinsteiger. Javier Mascherano versus Steven Gerrard. Sergio Aguero versus Michael Owen. Xabi Alonso versus Andre Pirlo. Rio Ferdinand versus Alessandro Nesta. John Terry versus Fabio Cannavaro. Francesco Totti versus Robin van Persie. Alessandro Del Piero versus David Villa. Gennaro Gattuso versus Patrick Vieira. Filippo Inzaghi versus David Trezeguet. Laurent Blanc versus Carles Puyol. Iker Casillas versus Julio Cesar. Mesut Ozil versus Deco. Roberto Ayala versus Ricardo Carvalho. Michael Ballack versus Diego Simeone. Maicon versus Gary Neville. Lucio versus Matthias Sammer. Gonzalo Higuain versus Mario Gomez. Pep Guardiola versus Clarence Seedorf. Fernando Morientes versus Diego Forlan. Guti versus Carlos Valderrama. Yaya Toure versus Daniel De Rossi. Gianluca Zambrotta versus Eric Abidal. Vicente Lizarazu versus Ashley Cole. Costa Curta versus Nemanja Vidic. We've reached the end of the challenge. Tell us in the comments who is your favorite player of all time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to participate in our weekly quizzes and show that you're a true soccer expert.